All right, we're back in Starfield. Unfortunately, my last video got interrupted again, somewhere mid-mission. So, if you've seen the last episode, these people from the Crucible, or however this is pronounced, turned hostile after I talked to FDR. And I thought, okay, I haven't picked anything, I haven't taken an aggressive stance, no nothing. And I thought this is just, the way how it is, because everybody got angry at you for one reason or another. Turns out this mission is bugged. And as I understand it, it's not always the case, but it can happen. This is known from the homepage, or from the page I've seen it. The entry was somewhere in September 2023, which means this bug has existed since the game was launched, more or less. And is known for almost as long. So in the meantime, Starfield has seen several updates, bug fixes, patches, whatever you call it. And apparently Bethesda never saw fit to address this issue, which sounds to be a weird choice. So now I did the whole shebang they asked me to, which meant to infiltrate the facility again and override the program they have running there. And I rigged it in favor of FDR. Upon my return, everybody turned hostile again, because there are mission relevant people I cannot kill. As you see, FDR is on the ground, Amenirana, or whatever her name is on the ground. Over there, Earhart is on the ground, and up here Ada is on the ground. So what I've read is, if I sleep in my spaceship, they may fix themselves. The problem is, what I read was at the beginning when they first turn hostile. This is the second time they turn hostile, and unfortunately, because I thought, okay, this is part of the deal, I wiped out all the non-relevant people. I mean, this sounds so bad, but you know what I mean. Not, the characters you can't kill because they're relevant to the quests or whatever missions, whatever you want to call it. So I hope that with a little nap we can fix this. Otherwise I can travel out of the system. The problem is I've already traveled out of the system when I was looking for the Beagle, and it did not really fix anything. So I'm a little bit skeptical about this one. But I still think... Wait, what is that? That's my quarters, isn't it? Which leads to the cockpit, yes. So let's have a nap here. So yeah, this is where I think Bethesda, please do better. I'm not a programmer or anything like that, or coder, whatever you call these people, but it must be possible to undo what you've done wrong in the period of 2 years plus. Especially considering that I lost 230 hours on this game because I couldn't load the last save anymore I played 2 years ago. Right? I mean, that doesn't sound right, does it? Anyway, enough complaining and whining and bitching from me. You're not here to hear that, I suppose. So now we've had a good night's sleep. Yeah, and because the whole village turned hostile, I'm pretty dry on ammunition. I mean, for this one, granted, I never had a lot of ammunition, but for this one I had over 1600 shots. Alright. This one is almost dry. This one is almost dry, so I'm running low here. I probably need to switch to beam weapons if that carries on. See all these people I dispatched last time.
As much as Genghis always pushes for war, I truly wish it wasn't necessary. What was long sought after is upon us. Change. Not all on Crucible will approve of what you have done, but doing what is right is seldom easy or free of difficulty. You have given us all a chance for self-determination. Maybe in time we will be worthy of going to the stars. For some of us, that will be a rude awakening. You have my enduring thanks. And anytime you need safe harbor, know that Crucible is here for you.
Alright, so we still managed to get rid of this. Now we can recruit Erhard as one of our crew members. I fly with our crew because I have the solo perk. Alright. Oh yeah, I got a new... I picked up one of the guns because I foreseen that we will run dry. We have this one. 900, at least 330. It's a shame I didn't realize this is wrong, but I should have known. I was naive to believe that in only 2 years plus Bethesda would be able to fix a bug which was known from pretty much the beginning. What a fool I was. Alright, so anyway, I was thinking of doing the UC Navy quest. I suppose we can do it. Yeah, should be fine. I was just going to say, with, you know, considering that we lost almost all ammunition, it's maybe not a good idea to go into anything fighting-y, but we don't need to. For the same reason, I'm not going to discover the Crucible any further. Charybdis 3, sorry. Because I would need to scan fauna and flora. Flora, of course, no problem. The plants, I have never seen hostile plant life in this game. Fauna is a different story, though, and there are some level 85 critters roaming around. which even if we manage to kill them, which is by no means guaranteed, it will cost us dearly in respect of ammunition. So I'd rather skip it this time, fly back to a more civilized place and see what else can be done. Maybe we go to Cheyenne. Yeah, let's go to Cheyenne. Reason why Cheyenne is we have a lot of loot in our storage, and we can sell it in Aquila, where the spaceport, or the Trade Alliance as it's called, which buys everything, and the general store plus the store for weapons are very close by. Therefore I can get rid of my surplus stuff in a relatively efficient way. So now let's see, what do I have on me? I will sell the weapons in the weapons store because they only take that. And sell the rest here. So what do we have? Genghis Khan. This one I will put into the storage as a keepsake. I don't want to sell resources. What do we have from the Kepler? Let's sell this. Yeah, what is that? A lot of resources. Ashta Tamer I want to keep, Deadeye I want to keep, Fiscal Quotas I want to keep, Peacekeeper as well, Unrestrained Ranges as well. This one we don't have enough cash. This one we have enough cash, get rid of it. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so let's go to General Store. Hello, my friend.
I'll say right up front that if you're short on, feel free to look around.
So I want to sell. And I want to sell from our storage. We have 5,000. I don't know whether it... No, I don't think it is. I'll keep it for the moment. No, you're fine. Okay, now we go to this one, Rowlands. I'll sell the stuff in my inventory first.
Sure, Laredo makes some good guns, but just so you know.
Of course, it's only for self-defense. Wink wink. So, I want to sell... This one I want to keep. This one as a backup as well. This one as well. The Rattler as well. I'll keep that. This is a rifle. I don't do rifles. Alright, then we have from Kepler. Can sell this one, for example. This one. This is a rifle. I don't do shotguns either. But now they ran out of. So what we're going to do is buy some ammunition. And we use this one. Use this one. Use this one. Use this one. Yeah, that's about it. So we have, they have now 7,000 again, so we can sell more stuff. So Equinox is a rifle. I need to check this one compared to the other Razorback that I have. Orion is a rifle. I think I'm going to sell this one. Sell this. Oh, okay. Alright, so let me see this Razorback compared to the other one. No, this one is much more worth much more. Alright, so we keep this one. Alright. That's it. And I don't want to do that. Undercover, no, not now. Like this time. First contact, no. Where is it? Oh yes, this one. Alright, so this is more a diplomatic mission. A little bit espionage, things like that. I don't know whether this has been recorded, but so what we're going to do is we found out that the Terramorph that raked the city are related to the ones in Londinium who destroyed the city of Londinium or Londinion or whatever it's called. And the UC, the United Colonies, they used in the colony wars, they used alien life forms as weapons, as bioweapons basically. And the Terramorph, they tried to tame them and control them and use them against the Freestar Collective. It failed terribly. They were not to be controlled. They couldn't be used in a military fashion, which would have been devastating if they could. They couldn't. And Terramorphs can't control people using pheromones. And, you know, they think you are the enemy and then start opening fire on you rather than the Terramorphs. However, after the armistice, when peace was achieved between the Freestar Collective and the United Colonies, people agreed that first, because the Freestar Collective, they used like BattleTech-ish big robots like you would have seen in the movie Avatar, right? These big exoskeletons, you know, kind of stuff. And the UC used, as I mentioned, these alien life forms instead. Both parties agreed that this was a horrible idea. It threatened the existence of humanity, and these data should be locked and not be accessed by anyone unless all three parties agree to do so. The three parties being the UC, the United Colonies, the Freestar Collective, and the House of Arun. And this archive can only be accessed if every one of their representatives gives their code to access this data. Now, the lady with whom we try to do this, she thinks that some of the data of the failed experiment with the Terramorphs might help to find out what's going on with them. And now we need to convince the Freestar Collective as well as House Varun to give us access. UC Colonies already agreed. Yes. You've got our code. We will help you to access it. But it can only be achieved if all three agree. If only one says, nah, I don't think you should, which frankly is more than likely, because even after 20 years, the relationship is tense at best. It's not outright hostile, but it appears they make each other's life as miserable as possible without getting into an open conflict. So now our task is to convince the representative of the Freestar Collective to see our point of view and give us access to this research database in the hope that we can prevent the fate of Tau Ceti, where a colony has been wiped out by Terramorphs, which apparently came from Londinian.
You are a visitor? You'll find the ambassador in our office.
So now, one of the governing body here in UC, they briefed us a little bit on the Freestar. So of course we cannot use force. We should stay on the diplomatic path. But she also gave us the tip that one of the employees working in this embassy, this looks like a holding cell, Jesus Christ, is unhappy with how things are, and that he might be, or she or he might be a weak point which we could exploit to apply pressure on the ambassador. So let's see what this is all about.
It's good to be back at the embassy.
If you say so. Yes, shouldn't open this in front of him because it's actually no access for me. I'm looking. We can go in here. Oh, that's the same door. I'm a Muppet. What's here? Oh yeah, this is where we came from. Oh, great. What's this? This is the holding cell I mentioned. Yeah, someone who made himself a home, which is nice. Okay, go in here, watch somewhere else. This one fits, this one doesn't, this one fits. Okay, so let's try. Oh no, that's the wrong one. This one maybe? No, this one? Not either. I fucked up. This is not the one we need. This one doesn't work. This one might. And then we're left with this. Nice. Okay, so we take this one. Left with one. Noise. So what's on the menu? This one. Okay. And we have one left. Can we close the door again? Okay. Splendid. Okay. Go up here. I can, but it's of no use, so down we go. Do we have any cameras? Any security? It doesn't appear to be the case. Let's quick save. Just in case. Need another Digi lockpick. That one doesn't fit. That one doesn't fit. No. Really? Do I have to go with 2 and 1? Apparently so. So that was the first layer done. No. Seriously? Okay. This one. Then that might be an option. Yes, baby. Nice. So what do we have? 5 and 2. Okay, this might work. I'm a genius. Oh yeah, we have 10% more experience because we took a little nap. This seems to be the server room. Okay. Okay, this one only fits here, so we might as well use it here. And this one. Right, then we have that. No, doesn't work. Doesn't work. This one does. This one doesn't. Huh. This one. Alright. This one and then no. Go back.
Testing my patience. Give it back. Sorry. Everyone's a little on edge after the attack.
Where did you come from now? He wasn't there before, was he? An easy lock. Want that. That. They have contraband in here. Interesting. No fitting for this one. Okay.
that? Who's there?
Not the droid you're looking for.
What are you doing in here? Freystar security! Stop right now!
Oh, good.
Okay, let's go. This isn't a playground. Good. And you can bet the UC is gonna...
Alright, that was a bad move. Violated the 11th commandment. So let's load this save game here. Alright, so can we go back? We can. Okay. Cool kitchen.
I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here? Sounds like it was a real mess down at the spaceport.
That woman is an absolute... Oh, sorry. Oh, what? You're the Vanguard captain, right? You know, I was about to board the NAP to the spaceport when the alarm triggered. Sounds like I got real lucky. And like I've got you to thank for things not being a lot uglier. Doubt the Vanguard would have a lot of recruits if that were the job description. But I'll take your point. But look, they said you were coming here on official business. The ambassador likes to handle all that personally, even if he does have trained diplomats here to help her. And I don't want to get shipped back to Aquila City, so you should probably go speak to her. You want to work with me? Why don't we talk somewhere a bit more private?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Cameron. Sorry, Ambassador. I'm busy somewhere else.
So you want me to work with you? But why now? Why me? No, I think that's a pretty safe assumption. And no other city should have to go through what happened here. So then, what would you need from me? Quarters. Well, that's doable. And you and the UC will be providing me with what for my services?
A 1,000 credits should
Wait.
be fine.
I thought you were looking to... Really? Okay, so... there's a utility corridor that leads to the ambassador's quarters, which you can access through the main conference room. Here, the key. Whatever you do, I'll keep an ear.
You do that, Cameron. I feel bad about lying to him. I think this is a small price we have to pay in order to get what we need. And why is it swarming with security? Luckily they just bugger off. Let's close that again.
and I are stuck in this colonial rat cage until we die. But I think we might need to. We should expedite the process. What are you getting at, ma'am? I mean, my requests keep being rejected because they don't want to add a seat, right? What if one opened up? Behind the door? It's what it used to be. It's not like anyone would miss him. Eva, I think it's time to get some sleep. Just think about it. Maybe we can reach out to some experts at that sort of thing, huh? Good night, Eva.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives.
Would you mind looking at me
Now,
when
she
you speak
also
to me?
mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants Terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right. I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go? Excuse me? I have no idea what you're talking about. No. If the council found out, I'd lose my position. I'd be exiled. I'd be...
Well, wouldn't
Look,
that be a shame?
I believe we may have gotten off on the wrong foot. The issue at hand is one of trust, no? So perhaps if I can trust you to keep this little secret between us, then maybe we can find a way to trust the UC with access to the archives.
I would be interested in seeing that, but
Good. I appreciate you working with
I
me.
need this access,
Just
so...
like I'm sure our great powers will. In fact, I think there's an opportunity here. Keep both our factions happy and ensure an air of legitimacy to the whole proceeding. I can only let you get the information on the Terramorphs. Anything else and people will get suspicious. And all research will need to be monitored. Freestar scientific observers making sure everything's being used for the right purposes. But those two items should be enough to allay any suspicions. Good. Okay, let's go get you your access. They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Code generator's just this way. Here you go. I hope that'll be enough to maintain your discretion.
Maybe. Sure, we can find a mutually beneficial arrangement. Alright, so one done, one to do. to House Room. This looks like a dump. The fact alone that I'm not stealing at this point in time doesn't give me any fuzzy feelings, to be honest. Where are all these creepers coming from? Yeah, nah, I think I should fire whoever is doing the gardening. Guy is not worth his money. Or her. Right. I reprogrammed the turrets, which apparently are present in this area, to protect me. Okay. I don't know whether I like this. Oh, what's that? Don't do that. Jeez, I almost shot this. Okay. These mannequins are freaky. Another lock. Okay, I activated now the robots fighting for me. Nice. What does one do with all these mannequins? Really? A lot of artifacts, okay. I seem to have had a party with all the beer bottles. Where's this coming from? Oh, jeez, I'm so blunt. What the? Aren't you supposed to protect? Oh, that's that. Okay. Okay, they're already eliminated. Do you need to go up or down? Oh, I can't go here, so suppose we go up then. Oops. I like that over here. Okay. Jeez, that Alright, that's that. Okay. Okay. Torch should help me again. Maybe this time we go down? Yeah, looks like it. Okay, need a key for that.
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss.
Of course, nice place you have here. It wasn't for all this shrubbery.
Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Tell me,
Who indeed?
what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge, and then silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly? Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door? And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires information, then. On terror
This
morphs
guy's smart.
specifically. Do I see this all clearly? The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Va'ruun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy. With little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Va'ruun's legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Now, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them. Well, then I shall not fear. Please, follow me.
Of course, nothing would please me more. If any stuff I could use. This is really gourmet coffee.
Let's hope it still works. Let it be used for good.
Is this one better than the one I have? I think so. $6,785, and this one is... I'll take this and switch it out. Yeah. Everywhere better, and where not, it's the same. Okay, good to know. Ooh, creds. I would be stealing. Apparently I can take his gear, but not his money. Oh, fair enough. I don't want to be a nuisance. Not more than normally. Can I get out, honey?
The Great Serpent guide your path. The affairs of House Va'ruun are our own. They left. That is all there is to be said on the subject. House Va'ruun committed itself to the armistice. This was said at the time to be the desire of the Great Serpent, and I do not believe the Serpent decides such things on a whim. So, when my brethren left, I remained, honoring the Serpent's will as I saw fit, as is the right of all his followers. It was tolerable, even pleasant, when my brethren were here in the embassy with me. We remade this place as best we could into a home we all would recognize. Our native flora, our iconography, our connection to the Serpent. They came with us. With my brethren gone, it has been trying. But the Great Serpent has always provided me a path in my darkest moments.
Ain't that nice? Okay. So, can you please help me? It's praying. I don't want to implore. Ooh. I think that's the one thing I was looking for. Hopefully. Yes, it was. Nice. So, is there anything I can snatch? What the heck is that? Okay. I'll take this. I'll take that. It's not this. That. This is not considered stealing, apparently. Well, don't mind if I do. Yeah. This one doesn't fit. This one does. Yeah. And this one. Yeah. Okay, that was the wrong choice. This one and this one. What the heck is that? Kraken. That's a pistol. Okay. I'll take this because I'm short on ammunition, and this one might just help me out with that. Alright, so how do we get out here? Up here again. This way around. That's not white, that's green. Whatever. Alright, so seems like we were successful with our mission. to go back to the UC, I suppose. And we can switch off the lights. Right. Okay. Now where to? Over there.
Okay.
Hello.
Captain, I just received a couple messages from an operative in the embassy office. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe and Balmore. Was he alive? Did they both actually agree? That's incredible. I wasn't sure Radcliffe would ever get on board. I'm very much looking forward to getting the debrief on how precisely you managed to pull all this off, but that'll have to wait for another time. Regardless, superlative work, Captain. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. All right. Go up the stairs, go down the stairs, turn around. If you stick a broom in my ass, I can sweep the floor as well, while doing all that shit.
the monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the Archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units.
Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may
Understood.
insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin. You may proceed, Captain.
Okay, 18 she said. This is 09 AF. You said NT. This is NT, okay. Okay.
Seems like the Crimson Fleet is again.
Right. Did McIntyre just spawn in?
Captain. Surprised to find out we're having visitors as we work.
Major Sinan and I were just discussing the merits of your planned interfactional cooperation. I think it's a great idea. Get them invested in the solution. Make it clear we've got nothing to hide.
I'm sure they'll be lovely house guests.
Now, Captain, if you wouldn't mind transferring the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing next steps.
Time for us to start getting some real answers. And figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready. Acknowledged and accepted, Captain. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures. Should even be able to house its own cadre of independent observers. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
Okay, McIntyre, what you want?
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies? Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen? Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship
Multipass.
dispensation.
We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property.
Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position.
Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the Terramorphs. And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by name.
So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms? Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
Okay, I think this is where we end it for today. I don't want to have an interrupted video again, to be frank. And I think it's a little bit of a cliffhanger, but you know, the game is out for 2+ years, so shouldn't be much of a surprise anymore. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Bye.